Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We're checking out Prequel by Fallen in Reverse. Very excited about this one. Obviously, as the title suggests, this is going to be probably a prequel to everything that happened with Watch the World Burn and all of that kind of stuff. Very excited to not just listen to the song, watch some of these visuals. That first visual looks really cinematic and very pretty, even though it's a skull in the desert, but still looks pretty. You know, cinematography is on point already. So without further ado, we're going to obviously talk about some of the stuff that is going to happen. I'm going to try and not pause too much and rather talk about the stuff that is happening after I react to the song itself. But if old habits kick in, I might pause in the middle of this reaction. So this is probably a good time to let you guys know that about a potential pause warning. So if you're not into that, I know that a lot of people weren't in my last couple of reactions, and that's fine, but that's the way that I enjoy music, or enjoy, you know, reacting to stuff. So if that is a problem to some people, be warned right now, and hopefully that doesn't happen too often, but if I can't control myself, then here's your warning. So without further ado, Prequel by Fallen in Reverse. Let's go. Ooh.
Dear diary, I've been searching for a higher me. I'm in the sky in the pilot seat, trying to stop my mind from spiraling, and that's irony. I'm just looking for a resolution. I just want to be a better human, but it's hard when everybody's acting stupid. Pardon me if that came off rude. I just have a bad attitude with the world and not just with you. It's the side effects of abuse. I admit I'm a little strange. I don't think that I'll ever change. I survived a whole life of pain. You could say I escaped my fate. I'm cynical, egotistical.
Oh my god. That's wild. Because literally, escape the fate was his band.
Dear diary, I've been searching for a higher me. I'm in the sky in the pilot seat, trying to stop my mind from spiraling, and that's irony. I'm just looking for a resolution. I just want to be a better human, but it's hard when everybody's acting stupid. Pardon me if that came off rude. I just have a bad attitude with the world and not just with you. It's the side effects of abuse. I admit I'm a little strange. I don't think that I'll ever change. I survived a whole life of pain. You could say I escaped my fate. I'm cynical, egotistical, unpredictable, hardened criminal, and I can be a little hypocritical, but I'll admit it straight to your face. I'm unbreakable, irreplaceable, undeniably inspirational. I use everything I had available to make me the person I am today.
Ooh, the cross.
Dear diary,
holy shit.
I just had another.
That feels like a nod to Watch the World Burn when he annihilates, goes Homelander on all the people in the church and whatnot. Damn.
Everything I had available to make me the person I am today.
Holy shit. That was so epic. Ooh, the cinematography is gorgeous.
I just had another wild dream. I was in a world that admired me, and when I woke up I was smiling, and that's irony. You talk a lot but you don't even know me. I'm just hoping that my testimony will inspire y'all to stop acting phony. Pardon me if that came off weird. I don't mean to be mean, I swear. I have been through a lot this year. I just want to make a few things clear. I don't like it when people hate behind my back and not to my face. Nowadays it just feels so fake, so I'll cut the grass to expose the snakes. It's impossible. You don't want to see the diabolical side of me that never stops is volatile, so I suggest you stay in your lane. I'm unapologetic, you know where it's headed. I will never ever let up off the pedal. I got the spirit of every warrior when we ever back the fuck up, get out my face. You're a slave to labor and you praise the fascists. You kiss the hand that takes half in taxes, faking outrage and being seen. A generation with no self-esteem. It's time to rise up and stand against them. Break the chains and finally see the vision. We're post-traumatic from a broken system. Follow me into the chaos engine.
Holy fuck.
It's time to fight. Don't be afraid to twist the knife. Your sacrifice to break the curse. Prepare to die. Prepare to burn.
Whoa, the first perspective was cool.
Cause all our gods abandon us. Your sacrifice to break the curse. Light the match. Watch it burn.
Ooh. Oh.
Angels die. Let it burn from the start.
Holy fuck. Oh. Oh. Holy shit. Whoa. Oh. Holy fuck. And then that's the suit that he wore in Ronald, if I'm not mistaken. Holy shit, that was... Honestly, this music video is absolutely wild. This is one of the craziest music videos of the year. The ending with the suit was incredible, with it being Ronnie going to that dark place basically and turning into the character that he is in Watch the World Burn. The same cross that he walked over in the music video with the silhouette and the lighting of the cross is the same cross that he is nailed to. And I feel like him walking over that cross before was in a way like a foreshadowing, not just for this visual of him being sacrificed, but a foreshadowing of him burning the entire church in Watch the World Burn. And starting off with the priest, which was very, very symbolic as well, because the root of all of the evil starts with him. And, you know, I talked about it very, very cautiously in terms of what priests and some fathers have done in some instances. The escaped my faith pun was absolutely incredible. And I kind of like wonder, like mentally, how hard was it for Ronnie to see that light at the end of the tunnel and actually imagine that this is going to be basically like the definition of blessing in disguise. Going from escape to faith to prison, creating Fallen in Reverse, and it right now being one of the biggest things in music. And Ronnie being whatever you want to say about him, whether you like him or you don't, he has presence, he has aura, and he is influential as fuck. And he's very divisive, which he kind of like calls out in this music video, actually. The scene of him being pulled by the angels and the demons was very, very symbolic, obviously. It reminded me at first of the tagline for Constantine, like hell wants him, heaven won't take him, but earth needs him. And it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, he chose path number 3. He didn't want to join other side. He didn't want either side to take him because he wants to be someone that thinks for himself. Because if you are on either side, you are oblivious to the opposite side. You see the other side as something negative, and you see your side with rose-colored glasses. Like, your side can never do no wrong. We live in a world where it's either you're with me or you're against me. You can't be with me while having disagreements with me and having differences, but still being able to see nuances and understand and be empathetic and sympathetic and just see the world through a bigger picture. We're focusing on the wrong things, as Ronnie literally talks about, like the fake outrages, being enslaved by the system, talking, rising against the machines, and all that kind of stuff. The whole music video in general gave me very heavy Dune vibes. And the song itself, the only thing that I kept on thinking about when he was like doing his rap in that style is NF. I feel like if that ever happens, and plus with NF himself making very cinematic music videos for his projects, I feel like this would be an amazing collaboration that who knows if it will happen, but if it does, I feel like it would be incredible. Obviously, I can already see how some people who don't like Ronnie will use this music video as a way to talk shit about him and try to expose him as someone who's delusional because he's comparing himself, he's equating himself to Jesus Christ and all that kind of stuff, but he's just dramatizing his experience and creating a cinematic movie out of it. And you gotta go big. You gotta amplify everything that you've been through times 100, but also feel as if you can relate to the character that you are portraying in this music video. I was about to say movie, which it kind of is, but he was worshipped basically. We have the statue. People are doing everything, literally everything that he does. He's playing people like puppets because he sees that those are just fucking yes men. As long as I'm part of this system and I'm not speaking out against it, everything's going to be okay. But the second I do something like rise up and say that this system is fucked and that we are actually enslaved and we need to do better and we need to throw ourselves into the chaos engine, I believe, or some of the lyrics. There's a really cool lyric of him saying, you know, I'm gonna cut the grass to expose all of the snakes, which could be him like talking about like the music industry, people being nice to him, to his face, but behind his back, they're stabbing him. He hates the fact that he can't tell who's real, who's fake, who thinks that they know him, who thinks that they know his whole life fucking story and they know what's better for him than he does himself and try to tell him what is right and what is wrong. And the second their views don't align, shenanigans begin to happen and, you know, you start seeing the real colors. He's trying to express the fact that it doesn't matter if you are against me or you hate me, at least be honest about it and keep it real, basically, you know, not to sound corny, but keep that same energy. If you have something against me, if you want to talk shit about me, then say it to my face. We can have disagreements. Ronnie talking about also like him being a little weird and all that kind of like pain has caused him to become the person that he is, all his experiences that led him to this point. He sees basically himself as someone that isn't afraid to speak his mind. Hardened criminal, like he literally been to prison. He's been through it all, and at the same time, he hasn't changed. He just became more of who he is, and people hated him for it. Playing all the people like puppets, because that's what, like, look at their blank stares and whatnot. They don't give a shit about what he does as long as he is within that same narrative that they are, as long as they operate in the same world and the same belief, everything's going to be okay. But the second he takes a step against and he starts speaking out, it turns into night and shit is becoming very, very dark, literally and figuratively. And the people are literally worshiping the statue as the actual human being is right against them. So they're worshiping the idea of him, much like, you know, worshiping the idea of kind of like, you know, Jesus Christ and all that kind of stuff. Like someone can in the same breath talk, be so religious and be so into Jesus while at the same time do some unspeakable shit. It's kind of like exposing a bit of a hypocrisy and always, in a way, even blaming people who do nasty shit, blaming religion for it, blaming their belief for it, blaming someone else, never blaming themselves, always having an excuse because they believe in something that is greater than themselves, but only when it is convenient. Which is why in Watch the World Burn, he literally fucking annihilates everyone in that church because they just go there for keeping face. In reality, those are some of the, in that music video, those are some of the most heinous, manipulative, shitty, fucking backstabbing people that you could ever see, but they appear to be nice. And they're going to church, so they're doing something nice, right? So they're being good, right? And as long as you ask for forgiveness, everything is okay, right? So the second Ronnie does something against them, they stop worshiping him and they start worshiping the idea of him, the pure version that he used to be before he, turned his back on them by speaking his mind. Yes, he's dramatizing the whole situation and, equating himself to Jesus and being crucified for being himself and wanting this world to be a better place where people can disagree with one another and be real with one another and not be divided over shit that is not actually the problem. Instead of facing the root of the problem, facing the actual corruption, the actual system, we're facing all those things that the system inherently created for us to be divided over. And him seeing that is something that is very, very taboo, obviously. So that's why he was sacrificed and nailed to the cross. And that's what led him to unleash his wrath that he does in, Watch the World Burn. And then the angels and the demons wanting to take him. But at the same time, he doesn't want to be on either side because both sides are oblivious to the other side. So this whole visual, which is absolutely beautiful, it's also a representation of Ronnie wanting people to see nuance and not just see things from a black and white perspective, which I thought was amazing. And him running into like that broken down castle to find that suit in the darkness of his mind, basically, and then become the character that he did and Watch the World Burn, which is kind of like almost like a bit of the whole music video is a bit of a prophecy of sorts that could come to fruition if people don't see what is really happening in this world. It will burn. That's kind of how I feel about this. I don't know if that made any sense, but if it did, let me know in the comment section. I'll just say that the music video was fucking incredible. There are so many incredible visuals in this one. Like, it's such a masterpiece, especially like the angels and the demons, and some of the close-up shots on the angels were so beautiful. Like the scale of this music video was incredible. It hypes you up so much, and the chills that you get from seeing that suit. He wasn't this person inherently when you watch the world burn. Like, he wasn't this psychotic fucking, demon that just kills everyone. The root of the problem, he wanted to be the best version of himself, and he's been through a lot, and he was worshipped at times, and then he was turned on in other times, and then he decided that I'm gonna use myself as like the sacrificial entity for people to see that it doesn't matter who you are. Eventually people will turn on you. So be more of yourself and don't cater towards someone else's needs, narratives, and desires. Because you can be the purest fucking Pokemon in the fucking existence. The second you step foot in the wrong direction, people will pounce on you, especially if you do something as stupid as actually acknowledge that you did something wrong. People don't take apologies nowadays in a very good way because a lot of them are so fucking insincere anyway. Like, some of the most fucking good quote unquote people, there's so many cases of them turning into like terrible people who just fooled everyone or something like that. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. First impression, I guess, of this entire thing. It was wild. It's really really hard to focus on the visuals and the lyrics and then the song itself. Like there must be so many things that I probably missed. And I feel like this is definitely one of those music videos that you probably need to watch like at least 3, 4, 5 times to really kind of like get the full picture, because there's so many more like nuances to it, and I really really appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that Ronnie is like not trying to be perfect. Like the whole thing is that's the whole thing with him being hated, is that he's cool with the fact that he's not perfect, while being called out by people who pretend that they're perfect on the internet, but then the second that closet opens up, there's so many fucking skeletons that come out. Holy fucking shit. This was wild. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one.